American cruise passengers drowned in separate incidents just hours apart on Monday at Carnival's private island. One a 79-year-old man snorkeling and the other a 74-year-old woman swimming in a pool on her birthday. Our Shalia Roll spoke with a passenger who witnessed the incident.
At Carnival Cruise Line's private destination Celebration Key turned tragic on Friday, August 15th, 2025, when two American cruise passengers drowned in separate incidents just hours apart. Police reports indicate that both passengers were in their 70s. A witness of the event says that Carnival staff at Celebration Key worked tirelessly to resuscitate the victims.
I went over to the beach area and there was a big crowd, and about 20 or 30 feet away from where I was, I saw lifeguards administering CPR to the gentleman. And then after they worked on him for about 10 minutes, they put him on it was like an EMT or lifeguard emergency vehicle and brought him back to the Mardi Gras ship. Great. Apparently they were very quick to respond once they found out what was going on.
Shortly before noon, a 79-year-old man snorkeling in the waters off Celebration Key became unresponsive. According to officials, lifeguards rushed to his aid, pulling him ashore and administering CPR, but despite their efforts, he could not be revived. Kayla, a passenger on one of the cruise ships in port, says that these incidents happening hours apart was surreal.
It was terrifying and kind of surreal, I think, that we went from having such a fun day at Celebration Key because it just opened up and it just kind of made the mood very somber. Pretty much the entire beach had their hand raised, praying for him as they took him away.
Just over 2 hours later, a second emergency unfolded. Around 2:30 p.m., a 74-year-old woman was found unresponsive while swimming in a pool. She too received CPR, but attempts to resuscitate her were unsuccessful. The victim had been celebrating her birthday that day. Kayla, the witness of the event, say that she wonders if the heat was a contributing factor.
Just that I'm really surprised that two happened in one day, and I wonder if it had something to do with the heat or something on Celebration Key. It was probably our hottest stop that whole time. I'm shocked that it was two medical events like that.
Well, both victims are American citizens. However, their identities have not yet been released.
All right, it looks like we have a double dose of Carnival news this week. Carnival can't stay out the headlines. Okay, so it looks like on Friday, August 15th, I am a little late to the party, but on Friday, August 15th in 2025, what was meant to be a day of relaxation and celebration at the Carnival Cruise Line's newest private resort, Celebration Key, turned into a tragedy. The $600 million Bahamian destination located on the Grand Bahama Island had only opened its gates less than a month earlier on about July 19th, welcoming passengers with the promise of white sand beaches, turquoise waters, and endless amenities, you guys. Carnival had billed Celebration Key as Key to Paradise, okay? A resort designed exclusively for its guests and projected to host over 2 million visitors annually. Instead, within a span of just a few hours, 2 American tourists lost their lives in separate drowning incidents that cast a sombering shadow over the resort's grand debut. All right, so here's going to be a news clip that I'm going to show you guys right now.
The Royal Bahamas police say the 2 Americans, both in their 70s, died within hours of each other at this private Carnival Cruise Line destination called Celebration Key. Investigators are describing both events as drowning incidents. First, police say late Friday morning, a 79-year-old man became unresponsive while snorkeling at a beach. Then that afternoon, investigators say a 74-year-old woman who sailed on a different ship became unresponsive while swimming in a pool. Both times, a lifeguard gave assistance and CPR was administered, according to police. Celebration Key on Grand Bahama Island has only been open for weeks.
So regardless of the cruise line, if you're getting off the ship but going to the cruise line's private destination, they treat safety, security, medical personnel, all of that the same as if you were on the ship itself.
Absolutely. The number one aspect of any ship's design is safety. They are there to ensure that everybody aboard passengers, crew are as safe as possible.
In a statement, Carnival writing, "Our thoughts and prayers are with the guests and their families, and our care team is providing assistance." Now, investigators say autopsies will be performed on both victims to help determine their exact causes of death.
Jesse Kirsch is joining us from Miami now. And Jesse, we are hearing from the State Department tonight.
That's right, Hallie. When asked about these incidents, the State Department told NBC News that the U.S. government is supporting these victims' families with consular assistance.
So as they stated, the first tragedy unfolded just before noon. A 79-year-old man from the Carnival Elation, which has sailed out of Jacksonville on a shorter Caribbean voyage, was snorkeling near Celebrations Key Beach when he suddenly stopped moving in the water. Fellow guest John Compton, visiting from Arkansas with his wife, noticed that the man was unresponsive and rushed to his help. Along with another bystander and lifeguard stationed nearby, Compton pulled the man to shore. CPR was administered immediately, but both guests and the resort's trained medical team, despite their best efforts, the man was tragically pronounced dead a short while later. Witnesses described the chilling moment of pulling what appears to be a lifeless body from waters that had only moments earlier been a playground of tropical leisure. Only a little more than 2 hours later, tragedy struck again, this time a 74-year-old woman from the Carnival Mardi Gras, which had reportedly departed from Port Carnival on a long eastern Bahamas itinerary, was discovered unresponsive in one of Celebration's Key massive man-made lagoons. These lagoons are advertised as the largest in the Caribbean, also designed for guests to swim, lounge, and float in luxury. Yet in the midst of relaxation, the woman slipped beneath the water unnoticed until it was too late. Lifeguards rushed to her aid, pulling her from the lagoon and administering CPR. Resort's medical staff joined the effort, but once again, the outcome was heartbreaking. She could not be revived, marking the second death in the same day. The Royal Bahamas Police Force confirmed that both victims were American citizens in their 70s. Their identities had not yet been publicly released as of the most recent reports. Autopsies are underway to determine the exact cause of death, and officials are treating the cases as separate, unrelated incidents. Carnival Cruise Line issued a statement expressing its deepest condolences to the victims' families, assuring that its care team is providing direct support during this devastating time. Celebration Key is a sprawling 65-acre development featuring over a mile of white sand beaches, 5 themed portals designed for every type of traveler. Guests can explore Paradise Plaza, a hub filled with dining, entertainment, Splash, and Starfish Lagoon, a family-friendly zone with slides and activities, and relax at Calypso Lagoon, home of the Caribbean's largest swim bar. Also indulge in Pearl Cove, an adults-only beach club boasting 11,000 square foot infinity pool, and wander through Lacombe Cove. I may be saying that wrong. I may be saying that wrong. Lacano Cove is how you say that, I think, which showcases bohemian art, culture, and shopping. Carnival envisions Celebration Key as a cultural bridge as well as a playground, projected that by 2028, the resort could welcome up to 4 million guests each year. The Carnival Mardi Gras, one of the line's largest, most modern Excel class ships, had been docked at the island that day alongside the smaller, more intimate Carnival Elation. With both ships in port, thousands of vacationers had disembarked to enjoy the resort's many attractions, from lazy days on the beach to thrill rides down the water slides built into a towering sand castles, structures known as the Sun Castles. Against the backdrop of fun and festivity, the death felt more surreal and jarring to those on the island. Witnesses described a mix of shock and disbelief as the news spread. 2 separate drownings, both in broad daylight, both despite the presence of lifeguards. This heartbreaking event is a reminder that even in the most beautiful, carefully crafted destinations, life's fragility remains. It underscores the importance of vigilance for both travelers and staff, and the need to balance luxury with safety. As investigations continue and more details come to light, Celebration Key will inevitably move forward, hosting millions of guests in the years ahead. But for those who witnessed that day, and for families mourning their loved ones, August 15, 2025 will forever be remembered as not a celebration, but as a devastating reminder of how quickly paradise can turn into a heartbreak, okay? Comment what you guys are thinking down below, okay? This is very heartbreaking. Condolences out to both families involved. It's so sad that a vacation can really turn into a heartbreak. That's one of the worst things that can pretty much happen on a vacation. Other than that, you guys, thank you for watching. Go ahead and, like I said, comment down your thoughts below. Like, comment, subscribe, ring that bell so you're notified when another video is posted. And I'll be here for your cruise news. Have a nice day. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I also would like to inform you guys, if you go ahead and enter this URL down into into your browser or click the link right in my description or in the pinned comment. It will take you to my travel agency website, and you can go ahead and book your cruise or any flights or hotels right directly through that my portal with my travel agency. I'm a licensed travel agent, and I am with a pretty reputable agency. I also do not charge any fees, anything like that. When you book your cruise, the cruise will compensate me for getting your service. So you could go ahead and come to me, and you will not be charged anything up front. You will not provide me any sensitive payment information or sensitive personal information at all. You just go ahead and you can book through the portal on the website, or my favorite way, so I can see all your discounts and things, is go ahead and hit us up on WhatsApp on that number on the website, or on email, and we can help you find your cruise, get you the best prices on your cruise, whether you want a drink package or flights, the bundle, if you want to get a hotel where you say you want to get there about a day early before your cruise just to be safe, on the safe side. We can do all that for you, get you the absolute best prices, which is what we can see that the public can't really see. All right. So go ahead and, like I say, click this link right here, or go ahead and push that link in the description, top link in the description, or in the pinned comment down below. You guys have a nice rest of the day. Thank you for being here. Bye-bye.